Welcome back to Bespoke Addict. I've got another amazing pair of George Cleverley. They've taken an awful lot of thought of how to deal. I've got various issues with these shoes. They're amazing, but they're not wearable. They need a lot of work. And one of the issues is the shape. Let's look at this one first, because you can see that one's got a bizarre contraption around the edge. They're all, I've worked on them quite a bit. They were completely sort of twisted like this and really, really badly curled up. I've managed to straighten them a bit, but they're still, let's just bring the wood up. If I lay this down, you can see quite how far, that toe is supposed to be much closer. So the edge, I don't know if the camera's picking that up, it's the last 30 millimeters is really bent. So we need to bend that down. They're sort of twisted. There's a lot wrong with them shape-wise. I believe what's happened is somebody's worn these, not the original owner. I believe somebody's inherited them or bought them and worn them too big. And the shoes have, and obviously they've flopped and twisted about, and then they've not had the trees inserted. The skin's still in amazing condition, but there is distortion, let's say. The other thing is the sole is worn very thin, which is not helping it to stay structurally sound. So I'm going to scrape away with glass, about 1.5 millimeters, get it completely flat, and I'm going to veneer it. I could split a sole and put a leather veneer. I'm not going to. I'm actually going to use taupey of the correct colour, and the colour will blend. Because I'm going to wear these, and taupe is so robust. If I change my mind, I can peel the taupey off and get genuine leather, split it, and make it almost seamless join. Veneer, yeah, you wouldn't really see it once it's polished and blended in. The heels are truly ghastly. These are horrible rubber heels, and I have lots and lots and lots. I have a huge selection. I have a couple of 100 pairs of Phillips Special. These are what bespoke makers traditionally like to use, but they're not available anymore. These are old stock, and they're brown, not black. So I'll put Phillips Specials on there, and I'm not going to put the heels on until I've got the shape roughly right, because of course you want the heel to sit perfectly. You don't want any fresh air. I'll get the shape as good as I can, then I'll make the heel fit the shape. Rather than put the heel on now, then try and correct the twisting. I think it would be easier to put up with this horrible heel, correct best shape. Anyway, we'll come back to that. But what I've done, I've taken, where is it? Electrical wire that's 2.5 millimeters. It's had the sheaths stripped off it, and I've made this bizarre contraption, and it goes really carefully into the welt. It sits over the fudging, behind the fudging, so it's not going to wreck the fudging, and it's got little loops. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to where's it? Got a nice, it's going everywhere. Damn, that's not what I wanted. Not to worry. Got me a nice whiskey bottle with water spray, and I'm going to spray quite a lot of water inside the shoes. It'll probably take about half an hour to sort of spray them, let it soak, spray them, let it soak, and I'll also do the soles. Let the skin really saturate. That's a little tiny bit damp, it's not saturated, it takes time, just keep going back to it. And that will take 10 or 15 minutes. Then I'm going to screw it. I'll pop the tree in. Is that the right tree? No, it's not. Where is the right tree? There it is. Pop the tree in. There we go. I'm actually going to screw it with little screws straight through those loops into this bit of oak. And so I'll screw the heel down, which is already sitting quite flat. So I'll screw one into there, and it will, particularly where it's curled up at the front, pulling down onto the screws will pull this sole and welting flat. And I'll leave it for a few days to set. And that's how I'm going to deal with this. But it's going to take time, so I won't be filming the whole thing, but I thought I'd let you see the contraption. And where's my wire? So it's quite a fiddle. It'll take me about half an hour to make that thing. Here's the wire. So literally just folded it right into the welting, and took a tiny screwdriver wherever it is. There's one. Just make a loop. You can see how fitted this is. Small pair of pliers to tighten the loop, but of course I don't want to be fracturing or breaking the copper, because as you twist it, it gets hard and it breaks. So there we go. That's not particularly good, but gives you a, I'll have to redo that. It's not good enough. I just want to give you a sense of what I'm doing. There we go. It's the wrong shape, and then we'll put another one on that corner. A couple here, one there, and one on the heel. Wrap it all the way around, and then cross it over on the bottom here. It's a very crude method. It took me quite a while to figure out, I've been thinking, how am I going to deal with this? Because looking at that there, you can get my finger under here. That shouldn't be the case. This pair's better. They're not bent. So yeah, that will correct, I believe, the distortion, but I will have to get the sole very wet, inside and out, tighten it down really tight, and then let it dry. And that'll be one problem dealt with on these. We'll come back, do the heel with the correct Phillips specials, and then I'll glass the sole, put a veneer on, and then we'll start looking at the condition, because they are dry. But they're amazing things, but wow, do they need a lot of work.